Hey guys, welcome to episode 199. 199, I can't believe it, of the Cat Lady channel. My name is Andrea, also known as the Cat Lady. That's 2 T's, C-A-T-T, which stands for Craft All the Things. This is a fiber related channel, mostly knitting, crochet, spinning, weaving, that kind of stuff, yarn arts stuff, but mixed in with all sorts of other artsy stuff, crafty stuff. Whenever I have a sewing machine, I have a Cricut. They've not seen the light of day in a while. I have used my sewing machine to sew on some patches for Emily's scout uniform, but other than that, it is not. And I am itching to sew something, but I have a million other things to do first. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I'm a one-woman show here. Minimal editing. I record snippets throughout the week and then post at the end of the week, Friday, Saturday-ish. I put all the show notes below when I can. Believe I have most of the notes from last week's episodes up. Sometimes I'm late, but my Ravelry page is updated. I am the Cat Lady on Ravelry. You can also find me on Instagram as the Cat Lady and a Facebook group as well. I'm not super duper social media-ish. I mean, I try. I scroll a lot, but I don't necessarily post a lot. But most of my posts are on Instagram. So you can find me there. We have a Discord server as well to chat on. That is linked below. And that is my spiel. It is April 10th. Is it 10th? I think it's April 10th, 2023. We just celebrated Easter yesterday. It is Monday, which is surprising. I usually don't record on Mondays, but I looked kind of cute today. I'm wearing my Twilight Time headscarf. You can see the diamond pattern. It's like a lacy pattern. It is by formerly the Marvelous Mrs. Maker. I believe she is now Coquettish Knits. Again, I will put down things that I wear throughout the week. I will also link down below. I've not worked on anything that is current, like that, or like any of my whips. I have not worked on any of my whips. Instead, I'm like obsessed with these little coaster flowers. I really want to crochet a bunch of plants. Like, that is now my thing. I want to like crochet all the plants. So I just found a book on Amazon. I didn't order it because I kind of want to look into it, see if it's any good, but it was a book of crocheted houseplants, and it looks really cute. But you never know, until you see it. So like, I don't know if I can find it at the store so I can thumb through it and look at it and see it, or I still haven't gone on Ravelry to look at patterns, but like a whole book full of like all the patterns are really cool. They looked cool from the pictures. It's, it was like $25, so it's not too bad. But I'm like, I've fallen into another rabbit hole. I am terrible at plants. Like, plants don't live around here very well. And when Devo was around, he would eat them. So like, I couldn't have plants. Sadie leaves them alone, but Devo's gone, so I can have plants, but I can't keep them alive. I either overwater them or underwater them or something. I'm just not good with plants. So I could crochet plants. I have some Lego plants that I really like. They get dusty, which, I mean, the crochet ones would too, but they'd probably be washable. Kind of depends. I don't know. But anyways, I am getting off on a tangent. So on to the things I've made. So I made one of these for my mother for Easter. So I gave it to her on Saturday. We went over there and painted Easter eggs and had pizza and whatever. So I don't have it anymore. But I also made one for Emily that I have that I'm going to show you. But I will put in a picture of the one I made for my mom as well. So it's the same thing. But it is a little flower pot. I posted on Instagram, actually. I posted the one I made for my mom on Instagram. It's pink. So it's pink and yellow. Hers is pink and yellow. This one is red with an orange center, which she already had in her room. I had to take it out of her room, and she was already using it. So there's one that's out. So there's 4 coasters that you shove in here, which looks cute with 3. But actually, 4 is the perfect amount, because then you take one out and you still have your little plant. So this is the finished piece. And so I made 2 of those, and it took a day. Like, I literally made it in an evening pretty much. And Emily's I made on Saturday on the car ride to my mom's. On the way home, I finished all of the coasters, so all 4 of these, and then made the pot at home. So by the evening, it was done. It's still Lily Sugar and Cream cotton, but again with the clover hook, it's better. And just that one color, which someone commented, I need to go through and respond to all my comments, but someone did mention like all different colors are, some are really fine, some are not. And yeah, so that one color was not fine. So I'm making one for myself now. Even though I already have the succulent ones, I might keep this one in my bedroom. I don't know, because I do use coasters in my bedroom on our nightstands. So, but I have 3 of the orange centers already done, and I just did those this morning. And this one I'm going to do 2 reds and 2 whites. So I'm going to mix them up. So I'm going to do 2 in red and 2 in white. So it'll be like a little, I'm not sure how I'm going to like organize this. So I have to look. So it's Bruna Ticality. I have it linked in the other video. I'll link it again down below. I think that is her name on Instagram and her YouTube channel. But they're YouTube tutorials. You can purchase the patterns, I believe, on Etsy, but I'm fine with just following the YouTube videos. And then the green was, I won this like a bazillion years ago, and I did a little burn test to make sure it was cotton, and I'm pretty certain it's cotton. It doesn't really matter, but I've been holding this double because I had no idea what to do with this green. I don't know how many yards it is. I don't know anything about this. I don't know what it is, how much it is. So it's been sitting in my stash forever, but it's like the perfect green for like foliage. But it needs to be held double, and that it's a perfect worsted when you hold it double. So that's the green, and then yeah, I'm almost out of my orange. Made my David his Devo hat last year for his birthday. He had like a whole Devo themed party, so I'm almost out of that. So that's enough for the last circle center, and then. Yeah, I don't know what this is. This was in my stash as well. I think I got this from somebody. Like we're giving away a bag of yarn that was like a D-stash. So I'm pretty certain it's cotton as well. But again, I don't 100% know, but it doesn't matter. It's a little pot. So that's living in my happy little yarn bag from Amy. Where's the tag? There it is. Happy little yarn. A cheetah bag. Oh my gosh. I almost cut the string off. I was cutting my ends and I like got too close to the string and I almost snipped the string. I was going to be very sad. Not that I couldn't replace it, but it's gotta be a pain. So I'm working on that. Those will probably be done today. It does make my hands a little sore because I can't I gotta do slowly or, you know, take some time. So that is all I've done since Friday. So, I mean, it's not been that long. We went to a buffet yesterday for Easter in Frankenmuth. It's this little German town, and it was really good. We've determined that maybe the sit-down restaurant is probably more our style than the buffet, because like we asked, you know, we went around, what was your favorite thing? What was your favorite thing? It was the chicken. It was the chicken, and that's so you can sit down at the restaurant and get as much family style, as much chicken as you want, and then you get all the sides. And our favorite sides are, they have a navy bean salad, which they didn't have at the buffet. They had the coleslaw, which I like the coleslaw. David loves the soup. You get a little bowl of chicken soup. They didn't have the soup. And Emily loves this cranberry slaw. It's like cranberries. It's like a cranberry sauce, but it's like the whole cranberries, kind of, not like the gelled. They didn't have that either. So like a lot of our favorite things they didn't have at the buffet. We all love the chicken, and then we had the mashed potatoes and the noodles and all the things that already come at the family style setting. The only thing that was different, that was kind of a bonus, they had pancakes, which David ate pancakes. I had a pancake, which was fun, but, you know, again, not necessary. And they had some other meats, like a roast, like prime rib type roast, and some ham. But, you know, we had a piece of it, but we were there for the chicken, so that like didn't matter. And then they had a dessert table, but it wasn't like over the top. It was a bunch of little desserts. Like usually when you get the family style sit down, you get a little scoop of ice cream at the end. So you get a dessert and you're usually stuffed. So like we've determined that, you know, we'd do it maybe again, but it's not like, this didn't like, was an end all be all. It was like, we might as well just go sit down in the restaurant, get the family style, and you get to take home leftovers. So it's family style, but like if you have a bunch of left, even after you've gotten refills, you get to take it home. So we didn't get to take anything home from the buffet. But I felt like garbage when I got home. I ate too much. I laid down. Apparently I started snoring because I took a nap. Wasn't planning on sleeping, but Jim's like, you fell asleep. You were snoring. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I just felt like I had a giant rock in my stomach. I feel fine now, but yeah. But yeah, it was a fun time. So we had a good weekend. in other news, I think I know what I'm doing. So a couple people gave me some suggestions and comments about this conundrum I'm having with the dress. I think, and actually I was thinking, like, would it be like not super cute to have like a hot pink dress, like a short hot pink dress or something? So in the future, I have this written, the notes written down of what I did. It's not anything difficult. I think I'm going to make it just another short dress. So this one, I'm going to remove this liner, this border. I'm going to attach it, and I'm going to start it with the slit and see what it looks like. And then if I have to pull out again, start it again, I can. But I'm going to begin it as if there's a slit and see what it looks like. I think it'll look okay. I do think it'll look okay. So that is my plan. So now that I have a plan, I can frog this and start again. I also need to make, and I might do that first. I need to make the back tie, because every time I try it on, I have to kind of like hold it and stuff, and I need to put a button in here. I feel like I need to make it so I can actually put it on and try it on. But I am a little afraid that if I make my tie that I'm going to run out of yarn. So maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just continue to manhandle it, because I can always like fudge the tie in it, either in the tan color or even a different color black. If it's slightly off, it's not going to be hugely noticeable compared to like if I ran out of yarn. So maybe I will just make sure I have enough yarn for the length of the dress. So I'm going to rip this out. Actually, I think I'll do that right now. Get that out of the way so that I can start on this again. So then now I'll have a couple projects that I'm like gung-ho again. And then I got to revisit my skirt for the third time, because I haven't done anything with this. That is not the right hook for it. Oh yeah, I was going to switch the H hook. It is the right hook. So skirt, still haven't done anything. Haven't attached the other color. Haven't decided what I'm doing, if it's hit or miss. So there's that. So that's all for today. I have piano lessons soon, and that's going pretty well. Actually, I will at the end of the video put in, oh my god, I've recorded myself playing this song like no less than like 20 times probably over the course of the last week or two. I make a lot of mistakes. That's just the nature of learning how to play an instrument. There's a lot of mistakes that are made. I've been on a lot of forums for people learning piano, and it's like you spend a good chunk of time getting your piece to like 80-90%, and then like that last 10-20% to perfect it essentially takes like double the time. Like it takes just as much time to like perfect it as it did to just get to the 90% is what people are saying. Because you always just like, you slip up on something, you know, your hand slips, or you miss a note, or you know, off a beat or something. It's just like, and then, you know, even and if you want to memorize it. So I'm super impressed with David, because he went to a little judging thing. I don't know if I talked about it or not, but he had this little federation thing, and he was so nervous. But like, he had been learning these pieces. He had 2 pieces that he had to memorize, and one of them he had been learning since the early winter maybe, and it was in February, so it was a long time. And then the second piece came in a little later, maybe like December he got it. It was right after Christmas, yeah. So right after Christmas. So that one he had a shorter time, but it was a shorter song. But he had to memorize them both and play them both. And he like nailed it. The first song that he hated, like the newer song that he only learned over the last couple months, he hated it. He should have said something, but he didn't. He nailed it. Perfect. Like, I mean, no missed notes. Obviously. They judge on other things too, but like, it was great. Second song that he had been practicing since like fall, he made one mistake. That's it. That we audibly heard. So he got a superior marking. He did great. But it's hard. Like, because the song I've been working on, it's been a couple months, maybe. It's been a month and maybe a couple months, but I've missed a lot of lessons and I don't practice as well as I should. Nowhere near memorizing it. And barely made it through without mistake. I did make mistakes. I made one mistake where I had to actually stop and restart that part. And there might have been one other mistake in there. Anyways, I'm going to put that at the end if you want to hear it. But just, if you ever learn instruments, particularly piano, I don't know if other instruments are as hard or not, but it's not like hard to learn, but it's hard to like remember and perfect. And like, because I can't, if you ask me to play something, That's the only song I can play for you. Like, halfway decent. Nothing else. There's nothing else. Everything else is 50, 60%. And, you know, it was. And now it's like, if I had to go back to it, you'd have to give me like a couple days or something to like, it'd be quicker for me to play it, but I can't pick up and play something. So, which stinks, because people are like, oh, what are you learning? You've been taking it for a year. You should know how to play everything. No, it's not how it works. And I had to like, kind of like really learn that. And going to these message boards and stuff has been helpful. Okay, I'm talking way too much. I am sorry. This is supposed to be about crafting. So I will stop here and we'll see what I get up to later this week. And I'll be back with more. Hey guys, happy Friday. It's already 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I am way behind and I don't have a lot to show, but I have stuff to show. So I will just get to it, show it, and be done. So it was not a very productive week craft-wise. And I have a feeling the next few weeks are not going to be super productive craft-wise, because there's just a lot of other things going on with kids' activities and et cetera, et cetera. So that being said, I might just do one recording at the end of the week. So instead of the snippets, so I will gauge how much I get done over the weekend and how things go, like Monday, Tuesday. If I have a pile that I can show, then I will. If not, I will just save everything to Friday, do a one take operation and move on. But that really doesn't, I still want to keep going weekly, even if I don't have a lot to share, because it helps me to just be consistent. So some episodes might be extra short. Just, you know, I gotta live my life. So as much as I'd like to just sit and craft all day, I can't always do that. Boy, so I think well, I don't know where I am with this dress. I've decided to continue by adding on the black permanently and adding the slit. I haven't tried it on. That's only a few rows in. So I haven't determined if I like the slit or not. So potentially it might have to get taken out again for the millionth time. But that's okay. It's okay. Making this to be something I enjoy and want to wear. So it needs to be what I want. So I will show you where I am. So last you saw was not at the marker, but at the beginning of this. But look, it looks really cute. I did screw up. So I'm going through rounds. And I found a mistake and I ripped back. I went back around again. I found another mistake that was like the same mistake. And I said, nope, we're just gonna fudge it. And that's what we did. And I'm see if I can find it, because I probably can't even find it. It's off to the side. So I figured you wouldn't even notice it. Let's see. See, I can't even find it. So I don't remember even what side it was on though. Is that it maybe? Okay, well, it's not insanely obvious. It's on this side. Maybe it's on this side. I don't know. I don't know where it is. So good. So good. I'm glad I didn't, just because I would have had to almost rip back the whole entire row at that point. I'm like, just no. I was tired when I did, is it here? This looks kind of, no. Okay. All right, I'm done looking. So here's where we are. Where's the slit? Here's our slit. Where are you? Right there. So I think that'll be okay, because it's kind of wavy, so it'll just be a subtle slit that if I push my leg out, you'll see it. So I do worry about this one goes kind of sideways, but I feel like, as it grows, like if I tug on it, it straightens out. So as it grows, it'll weigh itself down. So I'm not going to really know until I get like, a substantial length down, and then I'll determine. And I think it'll be okay though. So I'm going with that. I didn't do the tie or anything else, and I haven't tried it on since, but we're just going to keep plugging along. It's semi-slow going, but like each row kind of adds a decent amount of length, because it is just a big lace, open lace. So it might go quicker than I think. Other things, I made another pot holder flower. I showed Emily's, right? Yes, I showed Emily. So I made another one and I gave it to a friend. So I'll put in a picture of it. And it's the same thing, but it's red and white. I think I might have mentioned that I was going to make it for me. I ended up seeing my friend for her birthday, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to give it to her. So now I need to make one for me again. Oh, and in other plant news, I mentioned the Crochet Houseplants book that I wanted to get, and I thought I would think about it. I'm getting the Crocheted Succulents book from the library. It's one of those interlibrary loan things. So it's coming from another library. They're going to ship it to my library. So it's on its way to my library. Same author, so I can at least look through the patterns. And there's patterns in there that I could try too, that I like. So I can try the patterns in that book and determine. They didn't have the houseplants one. It said it was unavailable. I don't know if it's because it was checked out everywhere or if it's just unavailable. So kind of I'll have to double check that from the library. The other libraries, but there wasn't very many copies. I don't know if it's a newer book, maybe. But I at least can see if I like this author's pattern writing skills. And somewhere I read on Amazon said it was written in UK terms, which could be, you know, distracting to try to have to like convert everything, because if you're not a crocheter, the UK calls like a double crochet, what would the US term is a double crochet is a single crochet. So UK calls a double. In the US it's a single. What the UK calls a treble in the US is a double. So like it's gonna be really like brainy. I'm gonna like have to like write it out kind of, or like mark it in the book or something if I got the book. So if that's the case, that might be problematic, but we're also talking Amazon where you don't always get what you're supposed to get. So yeah, so this is coming from the library. It'll be the legit book of whatever it's supposed to be, and we'll see. Maybe it's in both. I don't know. So I'm excited to get that though. And I will make some plants and see how that goes. But I will make another flower pot probably this weekend. We have a busy weekend. Emily's got a lot of things to do. And I mean, I guess Emily has a busy weekend, but we're participating in some of these things. So it's going to just be a little bit like, there's not going to be a lot of like just sit around and craft, I don't think. It is a beautiful day today. I went for a walk. It's like 80 something degrees outside. I actually got a little hot. My legs got a little sore. I haven't been walking regularly anymore. So I'm like starting over, which is really annoying. You know, I walked for like almost a month and a half straight, very consistently, and took a month off, and now I'm back to like, oh, now it hurts to walk like a mile and a half. I might have made it 2 miles. I haven't checked my distance, but I was very hot when I came back. So, and we turned the AC on for the first time last night, just for a little bit. So yeah, the weather's finally changing, so that's good. And that's it. That's all I got this week. So thank you for watching, and I hope everyone has a good weekend and a good week next week, and I hope you get to craft all the things.